My name is Algimantas. I'm Creator's ambassador, the ambassador of the Paradise Trinity I am, and the apostle of Jesus Christ. His spiritual rank is Master Creator Son, and his partner, Creator Daughter Nebadonia. I have a mission conferred on me by Creator to enlighten people the world over. Today, the world is in an extreme darkness. That's why humanity does not want any light that would come from Creator. Humanity is completely interested in selfish interests. And it doesn't matter where you might look at the humanity, whether in Asia, in America, in Europe, in Australia, everywhere selfishness is a dominating power within human mind. That's why without spiritual teachers, it is impossible to restore the development of the humanity evolutionary trend to the one designed by Creator, the Paradise Trinity I am. Therefore, Creator is using me as his ambassador and the apostle of Jesus and his partner, Nebadonia, to spread this light. I've received teachings from Creator himself, from Jesus, from Nebadonia, published books, and therefore I am authorized to spread the living word of these personalities to all countries, to all states, to all presidents and prime ministers, to all kings and queens, to all priests, imams, and whatever spiritual rank they might title themselves with. Today, I train as the only one spiritual teachers of the future to this planet. I started this noble mission in my native country, Lithuania, which is a very small country. Its population is under 3 million, and its territory is also very small, just a little bit over 65,000 square kilometers in Eastern Europe at the Baltic Sea. Today I would like to speak about protection that is given not by Creator's providence, which is also given to some people on our planet, but in general by protection which might be considered as non-existing. Here I mean that we as humans are spiritual, eternal personalities. This is the gift or bestowal upon us by Creator. But the outer form of this personality is the visible material body. And the spiritual personality, through the material body, is spreading its or emitting its vibrations, energy vibrations of a certain frequency. The frequency depends upon the personality's living communion or else relationship with the source and center of personality, that is, Creator himself. Because Creator is also the source and center of all energy. And the energy within Creator is of the highest frequency vibrations. The energy vibrations we receive from Creator are diminished to a very big extent. But nevertheless, we also emit these vibrations. We radiate them around us. When Adam and Eve were on our planet, and that was a little bit over 38,000 years ago, there was a halo above their heads because their bodies were covered with a material robe, and the only part that was uncovered, the top, that is the head. And at the top of the head, the radiation was spreading all over their body. And from this just phenomenon of radiation of vibrations out of the material body, or in reality out of the spiritual personality indwelling this material body, there came into tradition to paint pictures of saints with a halo above their head. So this halo had the meaning that this person is extremely different from the rest of the people. He is so distinguished that there is some divine sign above the head. But in reality, but people didn't know it, this is the radiation of the vibrations of the person. So, how would be our, inner state of mind if we see all these low frequency vibrations being emitted by each of us and visible to each of us when we are scheming different selfish plots against some political powers, against some institutions, or some inner circles within a company, when we want to make a certain plan be implemented that would satisfy our selfish interests. When we are full of aggression, fear, because our mind has a double origin. The animal origin mind is extremely aggressive, revengeful, and full of fear, while the divine mind bestowed by Creator Himself upon our personality is already now being filled in it with all the potentials that reflect Creator's character qualities, but in potential. But to make these potentials into actuals, we need to be spiritualized, enlightened, spiritually, intellectually. And of course, we should apply this knowledge for the benefit of the whole of humanity, of the whole of society, of the whole of creation. And without a spiritual teacher, it is impossible to acquire this sort of information. The more so to look at the teacher as a certain example which way to live. So in this case, vibrations would be already of a higher frequency than those who are pursuing only selfish interests. But unfortunately, at the moment, the current humanity is obsessed with darkness. They do not want to hear anything that would express a living light of Creator, because humanity has split into a great multitude of different sects, religions that exist at the moment. They are all split into different sects, that every sect is different from another one only by material rituals, even though they use the same spiritual sources within this religion. But the mother religions have split to different sects so much that the original religions have vanished as such. All Buddhism, all Christianity, Islam, but nonetheless they use certain sources in the Quran and the Bible. So protection for humans is that we do not see these low frequency vibrations, because if we manage to reach the level of being able to see the vibrations we emit as personalities, it will be vibrations like of the saints, expressed in the form of a halo, that is of much higher frequency vibrations than the current humanity is emitting. Because there cannot be very attractive, bright color vibrations being emitted by people who are participating in a certain war, by killing their brethren. Of course, they are all embraced within the circuit of all low frequency vibrations emitted out of every soldier, out of everyone taking part in the war, including the ones who are scheming these wars, who are financing these wars, who are heading the states that are waging wars against one another. Everything is interconnected through the energy vibrations. So just imagine, if we were able to see all these low frequency vibrations, we would go mad. Truly, we would go mad. This epochal revelation, the Urantia book, an enormous text, over 2,000 pages, describes that after the resurrection, once this living body runs out of all the living energy out of Creator, so we will be resurrected as the spiritual personalities that currently are indwelling this material body. The body should go to dust, as it has come from dust, while the spiritual personality is a gift by Creator upon each of us. That's why the spiritual personality should be resurrected and be given an outer form that would correspond the inner content of this personality. Therefore, in the stage of our personality, soul identity, we shall undergo different transformations of our material out, that is, not material, but soul identity, much higher vibration frequency form, which is called by a new term to humanity, merontial form, a merontial energy. And this form shall be missing all tissue, material tissue, all muscles, blood, and all the bone structure, all the skeleton will be missed. But we shall have a healthy and visible to us outer form. The more we are spiritually enlightened, the brighter shall be the form, and the more attractive it will look like. So in the stage of the soul identity development, we shall undergo 570 different forms of our one and the same personality. But if we are more capable of assimilating some teachings and applying them for the benefit of all in the environment we are going to live, we might skip some of the forms out of these 570. We might skip if we lead our life even on this initial planet, still having this material body, following the will of Creator. So of course we shall be given not the first outer form, but maybe the 10th, skipping 9 forms. Because all those who are given the very first form after the resurrection, they shall be taught how to eliminate all vices, anger, revenge, jealousy, any selfishness, and evermore to express ideas, and the more so deeds of goodness, of beauty, of love, mercy, justice, truth, understanding, insight of the cosmic nature, divine nature. So all this is a character image of Creator Himself. All these qualities that we shall gradually evermore disclose from our own personality, character potentials into the actuals. And of course, it will be a different outer form corresponding to our inner state of consciousness. Now, in our world, if we are spiritually enlightened, even though we do not yet notice the vibrations of these even low frequencies or higher frequencies being emitted by other people, but there are some people who call themselves as extra senses. They feel the vibrations coming out of other people. On the other hand, the more you are enlightened spiritually, the more you begin to feel within the character of other people, even though you have not yet dealt with them. But you feel, when you listen to their, say, interviews or read some of their thoughts, some of their ideas being presented by others but quoted in these presentations, you can feel the character of these people, that the ideas or some quotations are being used, or even themselves you might see somewhere, or read their written articles or interviews. And even if you see a person either on television or anywhere in videos, and even for a short time, you can judge one's spiritual level and one's character by their appearance. And the more a person is engaged in spiritual living path, embarking upon this path ever stronger, and feeling more trust in Creator and self-confidence, his outer form is also changing. The features of the face are acquiring different expression, and that person spiritually enlightened just notice these traces and these changes. Exactly, it is possible to judge a person how much he is selfish, how much he is coward, how much he is altruistic, or on the other hand, trying to please others, but generally only for selfish interests. He might be doing some nasty job, but under a cover, in trying to please others. All these character traits are being noticed for the spiritually enlightened person. So in a way, if we are unable to see these vibrations, we are protected from even a worse condition in our civilization. But the enlightened, spiritually enlightened people can say a lot of the people, of the humanity, of the leaders of the country, that even these leaders and the humanity do not know anything about themselves. Because the inner spiritual light from Creator, the living light, is like an X-ray photograph that you can X-ray another person's character. And what is more, spiritually enlightened person can see the future developments on the planet, in the country, and some developments that are far off ahead. So that's why when the relationship with Creator is very deep and very sincere and very vital. This person experiencing these very high frequency vibrations within is being elevated above this darkness, above these low frequency vibrations that are being emitted by the whole of humanity. Just not to be sucked in like in a whirlpool of tornado or any storm. This is protection for the spiritually enlightened person. The more so if he is active on the living path of Creator, in promoting his evolution by using his own personality. So this person and his family members are being protected by the Creator's providence. Why so? Because Creator has designed that this planet should be the brightest planet in this local universe. Because it is on this planet that one of the two founders and leaders of the local universe bestowed himself upon his universe as a helply baby being born out of a material woman's womb, and who was Jesus of Nazareth. So this planet should be the brightest one, because this is the only planet that Creator Sun has made such a bestowal. This mission is not repeated anywhere else. Only shall remain the original and the only one, and namely on this planet of Urantia. So that's why Creator, and currently Creator Sun already in a higher rank as Master Creator Sun, and his partner, Creator Daughter, Nebuchadnezzar, are caring for this planet extremely attentively, that humanity should not annihilate themselves up to the very last human, that there would be no need to repeat the process of evolution, since the very lowest stage, the life plasma, and then develop evolutionary up to the level of a human being, who is the only on this planet having the status of a personality, that is, of a living being making decisions by one's free will. And the free will is also bestowed by Creator. It's not an automatic choice. So that's why I'm on this planet as Creator's ambassador and apostle of Master Creator Son Jesus of Nazareth and his partner Creator Daughter Nebuchadnezzar, to help humanity get out of this darkness, confusion, selfishness, to a bright light of Creator, just to start walking on the living path of evolution designed by Creator to the whole of creation. And this planet is not an exception. Therefore, Creator is operating through me, and Jesus and Nebuchadnezzar are operating me as their apostle for the welfare and light of all humanity.